Hey guys, Ben America's Baseball Camps, just touching base in regards to your swing. Working on and looking at some swing mechanics and some things that I would work on during the season. Thanks for coming to camp, and let's go ahead and get started. I first want to chat in regards to your stance. Stance looks pretty good. You like to do from what's called a pre-setback position. You like to start a little bit back in regards to your weight and your knees and your body. You can see you like to start back. Your hands are in a fine position. Your eyes are on the baseball. Everything looks fine in regards to your start. What I want to do next is go into land foot in regards to, that's when we analyze you next. And what we need to do is we need to engage your lower half more and engage you more to be more aggressive through your swing, to be stronger. You have some really good athletic ability, but you're not using a lot of it. We're not transferring the weight. We're not getting ourselves loaded, ready to go. We kind of just start back and stay back. So it's very important for us to really get transferred into the baseball and get ourselves loaded and good to go. I would suggest, if you just watch this, how we just kind of don't do anything. We just kind of take a little bit of a step and rotate. We kind of start with our weight back, and we kind of step out a little bit, and then we just kind of rotate, which isn't going to get you any power. You can see right away when we're standing up that we're not having enough bend in our knees and we don't get loaded enough. I want you to really get yourself loaded up, where you can maybe start 50-50 and load yourself up. We gotta generate something. You have to get some movement to do some weight transfer into the baseball, where you can be ready to go. You can see we just kind of turn our body, and that's not going to get us started. So kind of watch guys on TV or some things where you kind of start 50-50 and really get yourself where your weight transfers back, and then you stride out, and then you can really put some more juice into the ball, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So the first thing is, when you take that step, you can see that that foot opens up on you. And if I just go back and forth here, you can see that front foot. See how it kind of just opens up? And what that means is that's going to transfer a lot of your arms. You can see that your front leg's already straight. At this point of your swing, your heel should actually be facing the guys on deck over here, and your knees be much more bent. Take that back foot, turn it in a little bit, and take that heel and have it on that green line. Have the heel facing over here. That's going to make us more of a closed front side. But we need to land flexed, meaning we need to land with our knees bent at this point of our swing. And you can see here, if I just go back and forth, you can see when you step that your front foot is too open. That's going to expose that front hip. You can see here that this hip's beginning to open, and it's going to take all of the power to my arms. So it's going to take a lot of power away, and it's something for you to really work on. So just I would do is just get in with your parents or a teammate or someone that can kind of throw you pitches, and you just stand there and go ahead and take your stride. But when you stride and that front foot lands, don't lock that leg out. You can see how it's already locked out. That's going to keep all the weight back, and we're not going to really get any much power into the baseball. You can get a lot more power into the baseball with your athletic ability, and that's going to help with striding closed, landing flexed. And then as you rotate, then your lower half begins to firm out. And you can see we kind of get caught back here. We got jammed on that pitch. But you can see we don't want to lock out that front leg like that and stay too far back and be able to reach. So I want to see the fact of, if I move forward here a frame or so, I want to see your foot to be probably a little farther. I want that heel to be more facing these guys over here. You can see it's facing straight back, so your toes pointing right at the pitcher. I would have this back leg, this back heel be taller, and that's going to push your head up more towards here a little bit more. Let me do it as a line. Do it up here. The other thing you got to be cautious of, you can see how your head is completely sideways, and you got to make sure that that's tall, that you can just balance a glass of, say this is a Gatorade bottle, and you can see that that Gatorade is going to tip right off your head there. So get this head nice and tall. And what that's going to do is it's going to help you with your barrel to work downhill. You can see that you kind of work uphill. So my thing is, you get caught back and we work uphill, so you lose some of your power in regards to your swing. and you should have a lot more power with the athletic ability, and you just look like a pure athlete. So I think that's going to make an awesome difference. See how there was no weight transfer? With hitting, you have to have some type of weight transfer. So when you hit, you just kind of do there, and then your step goes. You don't have any weight shift. And what that is that's going to just use all the power of the pitcher, and then just be all arms when I hit. So that's pretty important in regards to getting your barrel there. So if I focus at contact, you can see how this front foot is just way too open. That needs to be closed off. So that heel right now needs to be facing the dugout over here. And this head is too far back. You can kind of see we're kind of at an angle here. I want this head to be more up in here. The head is taller, that's good, but if you move that forward, that's going to give this more of a downhill angle to really drive the baseball, so you can get this back heel to be a little higher right there and close off that front side. You can even keep a little bit of a flex in that front leg, but it's just going to help you drive the ball better and be flatter on your swing path. You can see at the end how far you finish back. See this angle right here? That's just, it's too steep, so you got to make sure if I go straight up with my knee that head's got to be all the way. This line wants to be where that green line is. You can see it needs to come forward about a foot or two, and that's going to work on going downhill more and driving the baseball better compared to what you're doing now is more of a lifting motion to do that. So again, just things to work on off the tee. The other thing is be cautious of this bottom arm. See how that's already locked on you? That's important. That's going to get us from casting and making us slow. It's going to make us long to the ball and long through the ball, whereas hitting, you want to be short to the ball and long through the ball. So that's important to watch that bottom hand. As far as at this part of your swing, you should still have a nice arc in that elbow, and you do firm that out a little bit early. That's going to make us late sometimes onto the ball. You can see you're underneath this one a little bit. See how this kind of leg really shrunk down? Keep this a little taller. That's too much of an angle. You kind of just want to keep that back leg kind of like that, and that's going to keep you taller up here. Working downhill, you're going to close off that front side. Don't completely lock off that leg. And those are some things you can do. So do it off of tee work, off a soft toss, that type of thing, and it's going to help you really improve your swing moving forward. So we wish you the best this season. Hope to have you back at camp real soon, and we'll talk to you later.